Oh, check it out. We got Qasim Beg and the Coom Bikers hanging out at Scott's Pub. Probably going out to get a couple brewskis. Meanwhile, you got your sniper. It's not Nisei. I wanted to say Nisei. No, that is not a Nisei sniper. That is a Lasik sniper hanging out at Vicky's Drive-In. Hey guys, Heretic U here, and I've been working on this terrain. It just came in from, well, most of it is from Custom Meeple, and it's still sort of work in progress. Basically, just sort of sprayed a lot of these pieces up, and then I was gonna, kind of fill in details by hand, because I'm working on an Infinity board, and as you can see, it's about fills out maybe half a board right now. So I'm looking at a bunch of pieces from the Knights of Dice. I really like their Chinatown set, and I think even though it's not futuristic, it'll look really cool amongst futuristic buildings, kind of like sort of like a Blade Runner-esque downtown Chinatown feel in the future. And especially with like these little restaurant buildings and such, just to give my table a kind of theme. And if you're gonna go future sci-fi, you can't go wrong with Blade Runner. So, anyways, like I said, most of this is work in progress, so don't look too much at it. I just figure I would have something out here while I discuss kind of my year-end video. Last year I kind of did it differently. I looked at gaming kind of globally. This year I scaled way back, mainly concentrating on one game. I really just wanted to learn one game and experience it and really get into it. And for me, that was Infinity. Now, I could go into the reasons why I chose Infinity, but for me, it was sort of a standout game. I like a lot of its mechanics, its rules. It's very narrative, and it's fun, and I'm enjoying it. So, but there is one video that I am working on. I did go to Nuffle's Fault, for all you Blood Bowl fans out there, and I placed third and best painted over at Nuffle's Fault, so that was pretty cool. I took some pictures, and I'm planning on doing a video. I just kind of have to sit down and edit it. I got another new computer for Christmas, so I have to install my program that I use for making videos on that, and I have to do all the editing and just anytime you get a new laptop, just kind of getting your old files over and everything is kind of a pain, and just getting everything back to the way you want it takes a while. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of you guys were actually one person, one of the most loyal viewers of this channel was wondering about the Blood Bowl tournament, so I will update you on that for sure. But I wanted to go over why Infinity was sort of the game of the year for me, and it's, let's see, my approach to Infinity, actually, getting in and learning the game, was to attend as many Infinity events as possible. And in the year, I think I did 6, including traveling out to Vegas, playing in their tournaments, and going out to Santa Monica, where the scene is really sort of exploded out there, and building a little Infinity group of my own. Just getting a ton of games in. It's very complex, and the rules are there's a lot to the game, so you can't really just play like 4 or 5 games and get a good feel for it, it really starts to make sense after you play it, regularly, and you stick to one faction. So for me, that was Haqqislam. I played a little bit of these guys, the Morads here, and some, Ariadna, but mainly when it came to tournaments, I stuck to one faction only, and that was Haqqislam. Really still my favorite faction of Infinity, because they have the coolest bikers. Look at these guys. Look at how cool these bikes are. They're so freaking cool. Yeah, so, but there's a couple things I discovered about Infinity that, a couple misnomers out there. At least for me. So for one, I think, when people say, this is, it's a very competitive game, the scene is very competitive, that is true, but I feel that the game actually shines when you're sort of playing casual and you're using the ITS rules, but you're not playing in a tournament, if that makes any sense. And for those of you who don't know, the ITS are the rules for the tournament version of Infinity. And what's really cool about the ITS rule set is it turns a game that could easily just be about, positioning and hunkering down and just having good fire lanes and just, beating a guy with arrows, into a game where you really have to strategically manage your orders and try and score with your specialists, which are generally pretty squishy in this game. So your specialists are like rocking 1 armor, and they don't have a good weapon on them, and so you really have to coordinate with the pieces of your force to get them into the right spot and score. And that kind of creates a situation where it's not... Infinity's interesting because it's not about the best piece. Although there have been times, especially when I was new, and I would run into a piece that I didn't know how to deal with, and it could feel that way. It could feel like, one strong tag with a bunch of cheerleaders behind it can, ruin a person's life. Well, one, that's only true if you're playing, without any objectives or any classifieds or anything like that. And two, if you don't know how to counter said unit, said tag, which, you could do with certain weapons and everything like that. So there was a really steep learning curve. It was a long learning curve, but it was one of my favorites because there's just so many interesting aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. For example, the interacting with terrain I have not seen in much tabletop games. I mean, Infinity makes you like I bought this stuff because the store terrain is where a game is lacking. So Infinity makes you care about terrain. Infinity makes you think about terrain and how to use it to your advantage. And that's a really cool from a tactical perspective, but also from a narrative perspective, because you could have this strangest firing lane where a guy's just visible in one window, and a sniper takes a shot through that little pipe and takes a guy out, and it's just a really cool kind of cinematic feel where you feel like your models, because of the arrow system, your models are constantly kind of looking in all directions, making sure the coast is clear before moving out. And it's an experience that you can't get, or I haven't seen in any other tabletop game, where you really feel like your guys can be taken out at any moment, and the basic guy with a combi rifle is just as deadly as this giant guy with the faro back, because typically everybody has just one wound. So just the just rolling on the armor is scary. Even for big guys like Mr. Sogarat over there. Anyways, yeah, so that was sort of my year. I would say the highlight was, my favorite was going to Nuffle's Vault and just playing Blood Bowl over. That was sort of the highlight tournament. But the funnest tournament was a 2-man tournament I played over in Pasadena for Infinity, where I think for me, Infinity played sort of at the semi-casual level, like a team tournament, is where it really is a fun game. And so that was my favorite tournament of the year. Thanks to Martin Kay for running that. What else can I say about this year? This year, I mean, I kind of had to step back from the camera a lot. Not just, for personal reasons. I had a lot of changes in my life happen recently, especially this year. And also from a game perspective, I just wanted to just sort of game it and learn and ingest things. And I just wanted to thank you guys for coming along for the ride. I think that was really cool. Those are you guys who stick with me through jumping into the multiple systems. This year is going to be a lot of... I'm expecting to play a lot of Infinity, including going out to the LVO, and I might even... there are plans to go out to a bigger, well-known con, and hopefully I can do that. And with the newer laptop, I'm hoping I don't run into the same problems I run into filming and editing as I'm used to. So so here's to the new year. Here's to more gaming. I hope you guys are getting in as much gaming as I am, or even more. And we'll see you on the next one.